Okay, hi. I figured what I would do is just make a video to explain this calculator that I need built, because it would be easier than trying to go back and forwards and having stuff get lost in translation over email. So basically, I have a client who, as you can see, this is their website. They sell bullion. This is their website, primebullion.co.nz, and they sell bullion, precious metals. Now, at the moment, what the client has to do in order to enter a price for every product that they've got is they have to figure out what this number up here, which is called the spot price. So for gold and silver, there's something called a spot price, which fluctuates every day. So they have to take that number into consideration. They then have to figure out what their markup is going to be, and then they have to put all of that into the back end, including also an exchange rate. So because this is all in US dollars, and we're in New Zealand, so we're doing everything based in New Zealand dollars. So what we've got is, I'll just quickly go through this, and then I'll show you a little breakdown, and I'll also go through the different sources that are needed to draw all the data from. So basically here we've got this here. This is the concept. Okay, so my client needs a calculator built with different versions for different membership levels on his website. So there'll be 3 membership levels. So there'll be standard, members, and admin. So the admin level is basically my client who owns the website. That's basically just for them to go in and it's exactly, this here is pretty much the same as the members feature option, but it's got one extra feature, which is down here, which I'm going to jump back and forwards, but it'll all make sense soon. So this is his with a workflow for the admin calculator, same as the members plugin, plus he has an extra feature down here. And the members is the same as the standard, except the pricing is different. So for these different membership levels, what we need to do is have a different pricing option for the different levels. So standard will have different pricing to members, and admin will have the same as members, but it will have that feature that I just talked about. So each level will have the same kind of calculations, but the admin membership level will have an extra feature where it adds an extra calculation in which it is pulling data from another source on top of the existing sources. So this is how the calculation needs to work. Well, this is the whole workflow. So a customer comes to the website, they find a product they want to buy, so they come here. I want to buy some silver today. I click on silver, and I'm interested in, okay, let's look at this, 10-ounce bullion bars. I want to buy that. Okay, so I've come to the website and I've chosen the product I want to buy. I enter the amount of the product I want to buy. Okay, I want to buy, I don't know, 10, and I add that to my cart. Now at the moment, this calculation is only based on one figure, and that's the amount, the cost that is put into the back end. So it's only based on this price here, 450. So if I've just added 10 of those, 450. So you'll see up here in the card it says 4,550. Now, what needs to happen is, it says the calculator then calculates the end price for the customer based on this. So we've got spot price, which is what I mentioned up here, this spot price here. And this spot price needs to be pulled from one of these charts, but I don't know how you're going to go about doing this, because these charts here are like kind of flash files or something. So you'll probably have to go to the source of this, which I think is kitco.com, and find out if you can somehow pull that sum there, that figure there, that's for gold and this is for silver. So for the silver spot price, you need to pull this number. For the gold price spot price, you need to pull that number. So we're working on silver now. So what would happen is that spot price would be this part of the calculation here in US dollars. Then there would have my client's markup at the standard option. So in the back end, the calculator will need to have, when someone's, in fact, what I'll do is I'll show you here. This is the product list here. So you can see my client's got a few, and that's only like the first page. So let's go to this 10-ounce bullion bars. At the moment, he only has a product price, gross product price, $450. So what we'd need here as part of the calculator is standard price and members price. So he can enter 2 different amounts, so that when people log in with different membership levels, they can then have the different price. So say if I want to sell this 10-ounce bullion bar to standard members, so people who aren't, part of my gold circle group, I want to sell it to them for $150. Then for my members, who are special clients of mine, I want to sell it for $100. So I'd put 150 up there and 100 there, and that calculation there would get taken into account with the spot price. So we have the spot price based on my client's markup, standard or membership option in US dollars, and then we've got the current exchange rate. So this is where it gets more even trickier, because now we have to get the current exchange rate on that day from here. So what we do is we go, okay, so this amount, let's go back here. So that amount, sorry, 1 second, I'm just going to pause for a sec. Right, okay, so all of these amounts here at the moment, they're displaying in New Zealand dollars. So this website is a New Zealand website, and it needs to keep displaying in New Zealand dollars. But all of these calculations, spot price US dollars, my client's markup US dollars, those all need to be done somehow in the back end here. These need to be done in US dollars, but it needs to be displayed, the end price here needs to be displayed in New Zealand dollars. And so client's markup, current exchange rate, which would be, I enter 10 here, this comes up, the figure that comes out of here, as in I want 10 of these, and whatever this comes out as, that needs to then go into here. But let's say this is US dollars. This needs to go into here. Calculate that, and then, oh, sorry, don't know why that happened. So then that figure that gets spat up from this calculator, 5608, that then needs to be calculated by the quantity, and that will give them the final amount. So I know it's a bit complicated, but that's what you're getting paid for. So we have the spot price, this price here, by my client's markup, standard or members price. So you'll have to add something, a column here somehow, in order for that to work. And then current exchange rate. So back to this calculator, and then times quantity equals final amount to pay. So standard, and then the members is the same, but again it has the members option instead of the standard. So for, again, back to here, standard and then members. Forgive me if I repeat, but I find repetition is the mother of skill, so the more I repeat this, the more you'll understand it. Now for the admin option, it can be the same as the members, except there's one extra feature, and that is it needs to get the Trade Me costs feature. Now Trade Me is a New Zealand auction website where my client sells a lot of gold and silver, and he's constantly having to use this success fee calculator here. So what he needs the extra calculation to do is, once it's done the final amount to pay, it then needs to calculate the amount here. So it needs to take this final amount to pay, and it needs to stick it into this calculator, which is trademe.co.nz/help/fee calculator.aspx. So say our final amount to pay, let's do a test run here. Let's do a test. Sorry if I'm talking fast. So our final amount to pay has come out at, say, 45,000. Just say for argument's sake that's what it is. We then come here and go 45,000. And what needs to happen is 45,000 plus that, so this figure plus that needs to somehow be in this calculator down here is an extra feature, an extra option, like a button where my client can hit get trade me cost, and then it will spit out that number plus this number here. So what it needs to do is take, so let's just go through this whole thing again. Saying I'm a standard member. I'm a standard member. I've come to the website. I want to buy. In fact, let's just let's go to my cart. I'm just going to clear this out. So I'm just going to pause this and start again. Let's do this quickly again. Okay, so this time I'm going to go to I've come to the website. I log in as a standard member. password, log in. Okay, I logged in. Now I'm going to go gold. And because I've logged in as a standard member, I'm going to have the standard pricing instead of the members pricing. I want to buy. Oh, the other thing is these columns will need to change as well. That will stay. That will stay. This will come out because obviously the price. In fact, will that stay? I'll leave that with me. I think that can stay because in terms of everything else here, it's just all we're working towards here is minimizing the amount of work that the client has to do. So anyway, so this can all stay, that's fine. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to, I want 5 of these. I'm going to add that to my cart. Continue shopping. Then when I click that, obviously the calculation will happen, and this will be a different amount because this is only going by the quantity. We need to work out the spot price. We need to work out all these other things. So 11.14. Is that right? Yep. 400. So then that 14,209 comes back and is times 5 because we're after 5 of them. Is that right? No, sorry. My bad, I was steering you wrong. Someone comes here, say I'm a standard member, I type in 5, then what needs to happen is, we take the spot price plus my client's markup for standard or member or whichever option they're on. So spot price plus that price times the times the amount. So spot price plus that times the amount, and then that amount you put into here. So say for argument's sake that turned out to be 15,000. I would then put 15,000 in here, and then I would calculate. Then obviously this all happen. I don't, the idea is for this to happen automatically. Then 18,696. That would be the end price that my that the customer ends up seeing here. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. I mean, you can talk to me obviously if it doesn't, because the idea is to make sure that it all works properly. And there'll be a lot. There will be a lot of testing and comparing of prices and making sure that it is all working, because the margins have to be correct. If they're not, then the client will lose money, and that's not good. So that's pretty much it. I thought I'd make this video just to show you that. You can get in touch with me on Skype, Sean, SHAUN_Cullen, CULLEN, and if you have any questions. Just to reiterate, I just wanted to make sure that it is clear that even though I was showing you all those websites like the foreign exchange calculator and the other websites, all of this needs to happen as far as the customer is concerned here on this site. So it's I'm showing you this because this is the calculator that needs to be used, but it's the sum that gets pulled from me. So obviously, someone types this and you need to code into the calculator to pull the data from here, to input the amount into here, to make sure that it's set to US dollars, to calculate it, to take that end amount there, and then show that here as the end price. So all of that has to be taken. It has to happen here seamlessly for the customer. Okay.